Street Swap Shop. It's called the William Street Swap Shop.
We want to welcome you to another week of the William Street Swap Shop. It's just an idea we put together where you get online and swap your used goods with other people.
We're a swap shop first and foremost. That's the business model. If we're tax, we don't have to deal with taxes because we don't make any money. But if we were, our business model would be we're a swap shop. But our second business model, which I find the reason why it keeps me here every day, is we radiate out almost friendship, advice, goodwill, positivity. It's all about being kind to each other.
I have to be honest, I woke up this morning, it was a very gray, rainy day, and I've been looking forward to this past weekend. I had a really great weekend, and you know that feeling when a weekend you've been looking forward to is over. And I felt real disappointed by that.
I had green tea on Saturday morning. I'm not used to drinking green tea. I drink it on an empty stomach, and it was a date, and I vomited.
You were on a date?
Yeah, and I stood up, and everything started spinning, and I threw up. And then I went home and looked up on my phone after the date, like, what was the reason for that? And it says if you drink it on an empty stomach, it can cause nausea.
Was it at a...
So I'm glad that weekend is over with, and I'm glad to be back here in the William Street Swap Shop with you, man.
Well, I was going to say, when the song started to roll, it all turned it around for me.
That's right.
Because the thing about when you have a cool weekend like that is that it can't last forever. It's hard. You want it to. But you have to move on to the next adventure, you know? And what makes it so much better today is that we've got such an amazing show lined up.
That's right.
It's going to be, well, it's a show I've been looking forward to, so we hope that you enjoy it too. I heard you were at a Halloween parade this weekend.
I was. I dressed up. I was the Princess Pickle. I was green. I had a wig. Thanks to Vanessa for organizing my makeup. You probably saw me on the float if you watched the live stream of the parade over the weekend. I was on the little 5 Points Parade float, waving to everyone. I got a lot of people taking pictures of me.
There he is. That was hard to believe that was only 3 years ago. The show has aged you.
That was my first day working at Turner Broadcasting. I said, my mom told me, make sure you steam your clothes, press your clothes, your shirts. So I took them to a dry cleaner. It's got them all pressed. They're still in the plastic bag in my closet.
Well, we thank you guys for joining us. It's the William Street Swap Shop. My name is Matt.
My name is Zach.
And it's a deal.
It's a deal.
I don't want to waste any time. There's too much interesting things to happen today. I don't want to wait. I don't want to sit around wasting.
Did you tape
precious seconds? No.
Oh.
What is this? What could this possibly do? Oh, right, green.
Right.
Well, we're gonna find out a little later.
It's autumn. Weather's changing. The leaves are changing. The leaves are falling. Similar to the swap shop. When one season ends, a new season begins. We just wrapped season 16, I believe, last 16. Friday.
Just
past Friday.
Season 17.
So season 17.
Oh, don't set that down on my leaves. I had to say that to somebody at my desk earlier.
Oh.
Those are for a thing. Don't. They wanted to put a laptop on them.
The nice thing about the leaves is you can hear people come in, walking in them.
Yeah.
And then they conceal if you do get sick. If you drink too much green tea, they can conceal. They're a good place to just brush. The date comes up. Hey, are you getting sick over here? No, just looking at the leaves.
Yeah.
Brush the leaves over your vomit.
I was picking these out on my street, and it was pouring down rain this morning, but I wanted them for today's show.
Yeah.
And one of my neighbors walked by. She was walking her dog. And I said, Oh, it's for my daughter's school project,
Oh, yeah.
which was a lie, and I don't know why. You ever just lie for no reason?
Yeah.
I
You could have told
guess
the
I
truth
felt-
and said it was for a segment on a interactive
I felt-
online streaming show.
I felt
That's
weird as a grown man out
Part
in
of the
rain.
future. I hope people don't think us collecting leaves is some kind of allegory for drug use. That's the one thing we don't want to be tied to.
Oh, my daughter's thing.
Yeah.
And that was Do you ever just quickly
I can't
panic?
use that excuse
Do you
because I
ever
don't have
panic
children.
quickly and make just a quick lie up and for no reason?
Yeah, little white lies. You have to tell that sometimes you have, but then I try to correct it and be honest. And every year there's a resolution for me to tell no more, just to be honest. Sorry, I'm picking up leaves for a project I'm working on. You can give them the details without giving them all of the details.
So tell me about your date where you vomited this weekend.
So I was walking to go. I suggested we should get tea because it's a great way to get to know someone. You don't have to have a drink. Well, you do drink. You drink tea before you go have a. It's a nice way to meet somebody and get to chat with them, and you're not using something to control or change your mind or any substance like that. So I've had tea. I said that'd be a good idea. She said it was a great idea. We met. I drank a whole hot green tea, and she suggested we should go for a walk. She said, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. When she went to the bathroom, I stood up and was started to feel sick, and I did get sick.
And how did she react? Was she there for that, or was she somewhere else?
No, she was in the bathroom, but then she came out and said, everything okay? Because I think I just looked sweaty, after you'd gotten sick.
Yeah. Did the people at the tea place feel bad for you? Or
They didn't see it was outside.
Oh.
I actually was incognito. There's probably a play on words like Vomitito or something. Like that's a superhero name, Marvel. He was one of the X-Men.
Invomitito?
Yeah. He would just vomit by himself. No one was watching.
I did that one time. Just like been drinking all night, and then I just was walking home and just threw up on the ground, and then kept walking home.
Yeah. That was it. She agreed to spend more time again afterwards. She said, I look forward to hanging out with you.
So was this a first date?
Yeah. But I should have been honest, and that's what we try and learn in the William Street Swap Shop. I should have been honest and told her, hey, I think there's something in the tea or something was wrong because I'm not feeling well and I got sick. I should have been honest. Instead of trying to hide it and say, I'm fine. I should have said, no, I got sick from that tea. Maybe we should not go for a walk. But I'm a people pleaser. I like to please people. I dyed my beard blonde last week, and it's starting to grow in black. It's starting to go. The blonde is really starting to disappear.
That's good. You're getting the frosted tip effect we've always wanted.
Newzak uses incognito tabs.
Newzak.
Thanks for watching our show. It's really fun. We like to interact with you. If you'd like to call in, you can call us at any time at 413-961-4263. We swap items. We look at things to swap. We like to talk to people who are out there on the internet. I love staying in touch with people. This is probably the one show where I talk the most, or the one time of my day where I spend the most time talking.
Me too.
The rest
I'm
of the
usually
day,
a sort of a introvert,
right?
But I can't be on this show. I have to talk to people.
I wish we could maybe just sit here for 40 minutes sometimes and just listen to people.
We could try it. Might not be fun for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what we do, if you're new to the show, tuning in for the first time on a Monday, we take a look at people's items. We try to help them get a connection with somebody else. Can you swap something?
That's right.
And we're going to look at a special item today, and you're going to want to stick around for what happens next. So this is a 5-foot rainbow dolphin.
So this is being swapped by Johnny Dreams. How do we know it's 5 foot? You can tell they didn't put a quarter for scale, but there's a power outlet.
They did a power
for
outlet
scale.
for scale.
So you can measure, if you measure the power outlets, it's a fun fact that everyone knows, at least 12 power outlets equal 2 feet. So if you add up there the 5 feet, that would be 36 power outlets.
If you take half the power outlet plug area, that's a quarter. So if you're used to thinking about it in terms of how big a quarter is, it's half of that plug size. We wrote back, we got this swap, we immediately wrote back, who's the swapper here? Can we pan down? Johnny Dreams, we wrote him back, we said, is that stolen? Or did you get that honestly? He said, it was honest. not stolen. I can vouch. I have the papers, the provenance.
I have to second guess though, because are we sure? Because I feel like I've seen those all around Atlanta here at the Georgia Aquarium has a lot of dolphins
Right.
to promote little statues.
Maybe this was a prototype and he was one of the builders of it. Do you have any statues in your house, Andrew?
No, but I don't. That's because I don't have a house. So, if I was to have a statue, it would be in storage.
Okay. Any sculptures, like a smaller one in your... Do you have an apartment or anything?
No. But if I was to have any kind of small statue, anything that was bigger than a suitcase, it would be in a storage space.
Yeah.
But I've seen these types of sculptures
Yeah.
that they put around the towns, and it usually is some sort of animal,
Yeah.
like a cow or a... I've seen them do it with guitars, actually.
Yeah,
And
like
people
on
paint 'em.
Sunset Boulevard or whatever. Yeah.
Right. There's a famous one up right now, I believe, on Wall Street with the bull, where the girl is looking at the bull. This
Yeah.
could be something like that. Like we could put up this statue, and then if someone were to swap for it, they could put up another little statue next to it, so it looks like someone's doing a trick with the dolphin.
Yeah, that's
Statue
right.
art.
Add to it.
Yeah. I like
I
statues. I
wonder-
love seeing animal statues in the parks.
I like to see them.
Do you think there was an original dolphin who sat for the sculpture, like in a tank, and the artist could do it from life?
I think they did it freehand,
Yeah.
without a living reference. But if there was to be an animal that would cooperate, it would probably be a dolphin.
Yeah.
It could hold that pose. If you dangled a perch, what do they eat? Perch fish?
I think koi.
Yeah.
Koi.
Yeah.
If you dangled that in permanent suspension, it would probably tread water long enough to at least get the general spirit of that pose.
Because dolphins are so kind that the only animal that would, even humans don't like to pose for statues, but
Not that
dolphins
long.
know that the dolphin says, I can do this for at least 4 hours.
Yeah. I'm good for 4. Beyond that, it's going to be time and a half
Right.
pay. But you got me for 4 hours.
Its tail portions could cramp because that whole lower portion of its body is narrow compared to the wider part where it's
Oh yeah.
middle
Right.
section. So those muscles are going to fatigue at a much higher rate because it's supporting all that mass,
Extra weight.
just treading water like that, like crazy.
That's how it is. My figure is kind of, my legs are kind of thin, and then it goes up kind of, and then my waist is a little bigger, but my chest is kind of still. So yeah, I'm like a dolphin figure.
Like a ball of clay on 2 toothpicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're always
That's it.
complaining. Whenever we go swimming, you're
Thank you, Andrew.
complaining about having a hard time treading water.
Right. I'm proud of my thighs, but my legs, no matter what I can do, I can't get my calves to bulk up. So I do have a bit of a dolphin.
Dolphin.
Dolphins don't eat humans, though.
No, that's true, but
You
they
said
will
they'd
bite.
but they will bite, but they will never. The one animal that won't ever turn its back on you.
I read
It's
that.
flipper on you.
We want to thank, we got a special guest today, Andrew WK. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Spend
you,
a little
Andrew.
time with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks for-
This is really nice.
We're one of the top 5 internet streaming swap shops, and this is going to put us up to 4 or 3, I think.
I'm really happy to be able to contribute that, and I really like the feeling here. And the day, as you said, being overcast and rainy,
Yeah.
I couldn't be happier with that atmosphere.
I love it when
Yeah.
I have sunshine on the inside, so sometimes I don't like sunshine on the outside.
Contrast.
Right.
You're already so bright, and it really works with these leaves. And I think this time of year, as Halloween's right around the corner,
Yeah.
you want that more thought-provoking weather.
Right.
It's a moodier time of year.
I think in the summertime, more people are said, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the pool. I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go stalk celebrities." In the fall
Stalk?
time, stalk.
Like
Like
Beanstalk.
yeah. I only knew that because they film a lot of movies here. I don't do it, but I know a lot of people in the summertime do it. And then in the fall is when you go to the coffee shops and come write your screenplay about stalking.
Are you from the Midwest?
I am.
Are you from Michigan?
No, I'm from Missouri.
Oh, okay.
How did you?
You're
know?
from Michigan, correct?
Yeah, I'm from Michigan. I could just tell.
Oh, my friendly demeanor.
Yeah. By the way, you said stalk.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't think I had an accent.
That's how I could tell.
Oh,
Because it's those who think they don't
oh,
that
Right.
have it the most.
It's like
you're an accent detector. Maybe we could have people
Just for
call in.
the Midwest. Well,
Okay.
and Philadelphia.
Okay. Andrew figured me out.
Well, I guess Michigan though, so that was wrong. But I knew it
Oh.
was an M state.
You're like a profiler. Like, you know how the FBI has profilers? There's that new show, Mindhunter, where they find people who do crimes.
And that's one of the ways they do it is by
They ask, how do you
Yeah,
say
like-
stalk?
the killer
Corn
had
stalk or stalker?
the
I'm
killer
not a
had
stalker.
a thick
or
Midwestern.
stock,
Yeah.
like bonds
Yeah.
and mutual funds.
The stalk market is up.
Pork bellies.
Right? That's a funny joke. Like, if you're a stalker and you have like a team of stalkers. I also say calendar. People say I don't say calendar.
Calendar.
That's right.
Calendar.
What,
Because we
like
talked about doing a calendar.
Yeah. No, not that. Like a calendar. Like if I was a topless. If I was topless. A calendar. A topless stalker calendar.
Yeah, that's a nice array though, because every single one is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which goes to show how many trees there are, right?
Yeah. All kinds of trees. Some of these might be from the Midwest. Some of these are probably here from Georgia.
Yeah. You guys got some good hardy maples up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean these are some type of. This is an oak. We know that, right?
Right.
This looks maple-ish. These
Yes.
obviously.
I think this is just kudzu.
This came from my Japanese maple in my front yard.
They have that reddish hue
Yeah, it's starting to turn a little bit red.
or purple almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, this.
Who knows?
Look at all that's going on in there. There's green, there's yellow, there's brown. It looks like it's rotting, and that's because it is.
Yeah. It's sad almost in a way, these leaves.
They did everything they could, and it still wasn't enough. Their cycle is short,
Yeah.
but it's perpetual at the same time.
Just like humans. I mean, if you were to imagine how long we have our own leaf cycle.
But eventually a tree does die all the way, right? It doesn't just go through the winter, spring thing, then eventually it just finally perishes.
Right. That's
Falls.
true.
But
Yeah.
it could be hundreds of years.
Right.
The leaves come and go over and over and over, and then eventually, what does it all add up to? Just the tree falls. But
And
that's
then a new
okay.
one sprouts because it probably makes a good mulch.
Fertilizes.
And what's that saying? If a tree grows a leaf, or if a tree gets a new leaf, no one is there to hear it?
The
or
bean-
leaf, or see it?
Yeah, like a bean sprout grows from where the tree whence came.
Yeah, that's it.
Beautiful.
That makes sense. If you're just now tuning in, we're live on the William Street Swap Shop. This is a live streaming show. We're joined by Andrew WK and some of our favorite leaves.
And we were gonna try a new segment. Should we? I mean, we were like, no, it's not ready. It's too experimental.
Yeah.
But I think maybe we should try it.
I think so. Now that we're on the subject.
Okay. Well, we're gonna.
Are you okay?
Are you all right?
Yeah, I thought it was an aphid.
Are you allergic?
No, but no.
Okay. I think that's a pecan leaf, if I'm not mistaken.
That must be what it was then.
Well, we're calling this new segment "Leaf Pleasers." I don't really know what it means yet, but we're gonna roll the intro.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
That was it?
Yeah.
That was the segment?
No, now we started. That was just the,
that was the intro.
the hype intro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, that was good too, even if it had been the segment.
Right. We're not really like doing anything to the leaves to make them physically pleased, but we're pleasing them by this segment now. That was
Okay.
just a good title, I think.
That was just a. So wait, before was this also leaf pleasers? When
I think
This
we
has
kind
been here
of.
since the start.
Yeah.
No, the pleasing happens when we rub them.
Right.
We're gonna
Oh, but
rub.
I already did that.
This was just
too.
leaf introducers before that.
Yeah. Now we finished leaf introducers. Now we're doing leaf pleasers.
Yeah.
This
We
was
should have spelled it with a Z. What do you think, Andrew? Instead of the regular pleaser, Pleaser.
Pleezers.
Yeah,
or
like tweezers.
ERZ.
It's easy to please a leaf.
Well, yeah, because you can just assume that you know what it wants.
Right. But then you won't really truly because they can't talk. They can talk, but it's not in a language we understand.
This one feels the most like paper.
Yeah. Is that what you're drawn to? The brown one?
No, they had a leathery kind of look, and they are, as you said, since it was raining a bit, they're a bit moist.
Right.
I think they've been almost reconstituted.
I almost had to. I tried to dry them off a little to get them ready, but there's still some moisture within them. So we'd like to invite you to choose one. And we're all going to do just rub it onto a piece of paper if that sounds good to you.
Well, I've been handling this one the most already.
Okay.
Although I also should, just so you're aware, I've handled this one. I briefly touched that one when I thought there was the aphid on it,
Okay.
and
Was there a reason why you didn't touch the other ones down there?
because I didn't know if I was supposed to.
Oh, you
So
can
I-
touch any of the
That's when I
leaves.
stopped.
Yeah.
There's kind of no rules, I think.
Yeah.
This is a thinner paper too. It's almost like a rice paper.
Yeah, this is a vellum.
Vellum.
Some of our art department, we sent them out. We gave them a $1,000 budget for whatever paper seemed best, and they came back with this one. So I believe you've chosen I believe that's a tulip poplar. Maybe just a poplar or...
It almost looks like the leaf is changing. Like when you put it up behind the paper, it's changing clothes, like in the Austin
Yeah.
Powers movies, and you're watching it like do funny behavior behind the curtains. It
And
doesn't
it
know
says,
we can
oh
see
my,
it.
oh, I didn't see you there.
It's doing funny behavior for sure.
Ooh, it's risque on
It-
leaf pleasers.
It is, I suppose. And then you just rub it
Yeah, you put it underneath.
under.
We're going to make one-of-a-kind leaf art for one lucky fan who can call and narrate a time that a leaf, you know, they had a story where a leaf pleased them.
I don't know if I've ever done this.
13961-4263. Come on,
before. Hi, come
welcome
on
to
into
the
William
to the
Street Swap
show.
Shop.
How are you doing? What's your name?
Oh, they got shy. They didn't want to please any
Not
leaves.
everybody wants to open up about the leaves that have pleased them. Talking about a happy memory. I remember when I was a child, I was in charge of raking the leaves in our yard. We had a big sheet you would just rake them onto. We didn't bag it or anything.
A sheet or a tarp?
It was probably tarp sized, but cotton.
Really?
Yeah. And I would rake them all on there, and then there was a little bit of woods behind our house, and I would just dump the sheet out into the woods.
Well, that's that mulch again, right?
Right. There's a small creek back there, and it led into the Chattahoochee River, just a few miles from where we are now.
I'm just telling you this right now. I'm a big fan of pleasing this leaf. I can see it's very veiny. It's beautiful. Hi, welcome to the William Street Swap Shop.
Hello.
Hey guys,
Hi, how are you?
Hello, how are you doing?
good. I'm well, thank you. How are y'all doing today?
We're good.
Great. Couldn't be better.
Fantastic.
Did you have a time when a leaf brought you joy, or being surrounded by autumn leaves brought you joy?
I love, the red leaves, like maybe the Japanese maples are really, really pretty. The red ones especially. I think though my favorite fall activity is going and crushing acorns that fall. Like those
Oh,
satisfying little ones.
Can you make the sound it makes with your mouth?
Oh, let's see. Oh no. Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
There it is.
But you get those really, really good ones, and you got like a really hard sole shoe, and it's just a nice, satisfying crunch.
Oh,
Yeah, they
yeah.
turn to dust
my
almost.
favorite fall.
But do you think squirrels get
Almost.
upset that you're crushing their food?
No, you've done all the work for them, I
Probably.
think.
Oh, so it's like chewing. It's like a bird
Like
chewing
cutting
it
up a
spitting in their
sandwich for a
mouth.
child.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's like squirrel roadkill.
Cutting the crusts off,
Right.
Yeah.
For the squirrel.
getting that good meat exposed.
So you're almost a squirrel pleaser at that point.
Right.
Unintended consequences.
Right.
So what part of the country are you in right now, and can you describe any leaves that might be in front of you currently or out a window?
I'm in Chattanooga. I'm Leah, by the way.
Oh, hey,
So-
Leah. How you doing?
Hi. My forest outside of my garage door is beautifully rainbow of fall color right now. I see some orange and some yellow and some of my favorite reds. So yeah, it's just perfect weather. It's like 60-something degrees today, and it's fall, and I'm so excited.
Absolutely.
You gonna get out there and maybe rake a little or hike a little? Do something that involves leaf touching?
Yeah, actually, there is a Blue Hole hiking trail not too far from here, and this is about the perfect time to go. So I think I've made some plans to go do exactly that.
Well, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah. When I go hiking, I like to just take in the surroundings. And the number one thing you have to be most careful of is those other animals, because they have lived there for a long time, and you want to make sure that
You're a guest in their
that's
home.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I have coyotes and foxes and deer and raccoon that come through my yard all the time.
I love coyotes.
We heard coyotes yipping last night when we were trying to build our little fire outside.
Aw.
Since it's Halloween coming up, can we change the music, and can you tell us a scary thing about a sound you heard in the woods? Or a coyote interaction you had? Or the music
Yeah,
might do
they
the
did.
work.
Andrew, yours is beautiful.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
But they get real chatty at night, and they'll just be yip, 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 just yipping in the woods, and you'll hear little coyote screams, and I always wonder what they're doing. Like, what did you find, coyote? What are you doing right now?
My dad used to feed
And then
coyotes. He would attract all sorts of
Babies
wild
what?
coyotes. My dad would feed coyotes. He would just feed them. They would come to our house, and they would start, I think to a point, they got so used to it that it's like when you feed a cat, they started showing up more and more often.
yeah.
And finally, they just went away.
But they would start to try to bite more.
I think they were becoming more friendly. They were domesticated. Look at that. I
Oh,
did
Zach,
the same
look at
leaf with 3 different colors.
Look at
Oh,
that.
that's the same leaf. That's smart.
Yeah, thank you.
Why don't you sign that? We'll do a signed. If you guys could both do that. And I
Yeah.
think Leah, I don't want to end this game too soon, but I think she just won Leaf Blazers.
I think she definitely won it.
Yeah, thanks for calling in. I'm pleased
Congrats,
with the
Leah.
leaves. I told you this one was a little
Yeah.
bit, had some strong veins in it.
Yeah. Well
I'm
developed.
excited. I love leaf art.
Yeah.
So just give us about 8 to 10 weeks for the processing of this.
Right.
We got to clear it with our legal department.
Our leaf.
We're sending it across
Cool.
state lines.
Your leaful
Yeah, that's what I was
department.
going to say.
Our
Sorry,
leaf-
I was trying to
yes.
say Lee, L-E-A-F, goal, leaf goal.
The shipping's actually overnight, but it's this 10 weeks of processing
It's the
Right.
customs between states.
and handling and all that,
Yeah.
right?
Someone looks at it and says, "What the heck is this? How much? What's the value on this package?" It's invaluable because it's leaf art, and they say, "Oh, there's a leaf art inside of it."
I could smuggle it across state lines.
That's right.
I'm not trying to
Oh
say
my
our leaf guys take too long. They do a great job, and they're making the most with what they got.
It's the color processing. You have to get that beautiful saturated fall color.
That's right. One segment I had, Leah. What do you think of this segment? And Andrew, you're more than welcome to weigh in on this as well. But I was thinking before we called them leaf pleasers, we should call it leaf blowers.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that has another.
But not in that sense. But like leaf blowers, like we just blew. We have a bunch
All
of
this
leaves on the
money on
table.
leaves.
It's a game. We're trying to blow leaves off whoever blows the most leaves off the table.
We had like $1,000 that we were supposed to put into college tuition, but we just end up spending it all on leaves.
That's right.
Exotic leaves.
Well, thanks for
It's a
calling.
learning.
Leah.
It's a learning expense. But y'all have fun with that, and thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Leah.
All right.
Have a
to
good
hear from you.
afternoon.
Oh, hey, it's Halloween. What are you?
Fun.
Wait,
Nope,
are you
she's
still there?
gone. She dismissed
Oh.
us.
You're a professional costume maker, right? What did I? You're a professional costume maker.
A stoomer.
You're a stoomer, right? Leah?
Oh,
That was
No,
it.
she is gone.
I think
Bye-bye.
she was getting a little impatient.
She
Yeah.
didn't want to talk work. She's like, don't make me talk work. Look at that.
Andrew, yours is a very beautiful
I know.
party leaf.
All I did was try to retain the shape.
Yeah. You're the only one who kind of stayed in the lines. Matt and I kind of just scribbled with impatience, but you
Yeah.
had patience. Patience is a virtue.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hey, come on in. You're on the swap shop. How you doing?
Hey guys, how are you?
Hello.
Good.
Hi.
This is Krista from Texas.
Hi, Krista.
Hey, Krista. How you doing?
I'm all right. I stayed home today because my lovely boyfriend crashed my car into a concrete wall.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry to hear that. Is he all right?
Yeah, he's all right. He just thought he was parking it, and we have these lovely carports that are like iron rod and concrete.
So he backed into it or he fronted into it?
He fronted into it. He thought
My
he
goodness.
had like 3 feet, and he thought he was hitting the brake, but he just floored it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
There are
Oh,
those.
no.
It's easy to get the pedals confused. I've
That's
done
right.
that too.
But the important thing is it's just property that
That's all it
was
is.
damaged.
Right.
Right.
That's what I told him. It's just a car.
That's
I
right.
think it'll make your relationship stronger to go through something like that too.
Definitely.
Shows
Correct.
you what you're made of.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you
Yeah,
need to wish it to happen.
Right.
No.
You can wish it away.
Have you ever
So how have
told?
you guys been?
We're good. We're just hanging out, making new friends and stuff. I think.
Have I ever totaled a car?
Yeah.
you-
You ever totaled? a
I
car?
did.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to describe, or is it dark?
happened?
Is
No,
it,
it's not
okay.
dark.
Okay.
Well, I was working on a TV program, much like this one actually. And part of that involved me driving. And we were going to film while I was driving, which we did.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what it was caused by, but next thing I knew, I crashed into all these parked cars. And it was like a domino effect.
Yeah.
And they all crashed into each other. And then, fortunately, again, it was only property.
Yeah.
Right.
No humans or flesh, or no living creatures, and just inanimate property. I got out of the car, and then I moved away from the area, and then the people that were making the show handled it. And I don't know what they did. I just didn't ask. It was a don't ask, don't tell kind of.
Right.
You guys deal with this,
Yeah.
and
Run away.
then we didn't ever try to film me driving again.
Oh good. At least you were okay though.
Everything was okay.
You know, these
That's good.
computers that have the new computers now, it's hard not to wreck.
Right.
The computers.
When the computer has so much control over what's happening.
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's-
Well, then you can blame it on it if it does wreck too, which is the nice thing.
Right. If you don't upgrade the software and then the car wrecks and, you know,
Well,
next thing you know.
it was the
Right.
computer.
Right.
I'm more
I
upset
think
when
that's what
my
it was.
ice
I
cream
think
spills or
someone
something like
hacked
that.
it.
So yeah, that's possible that with your boyfriend's situation, the pedals actually could have switched places. The computer could have thought, "Oh, this is
Right.
an upgrade."
It was an algorithm. They thought he was left-footed based on the algorithm.
Yeah.
The pedal went from there to there. Or I guess actually they could just switch function. They don't actually need to move.
Or it could have talked to them like 2001 Space Odyssey. Like, I'm sorry, Nolan. Are you trying to go forward?
I think it's time to go back now, and,
Right.
and then it would hit.
Yeah.
Backwards.
The best part was that he had just gotten a gas station hot dog. He oddly really likes gas station hot dogs, and it flew everywhere.
Oh,
and he was
no.
really bummed about
How
that.
does a hot dog fly everywhere? I think it can only just
The
stay.
shock,
Right.
like a spit
I
Was
take.
there
don't know,
relish
you
on
think
it or something?
There was
Oh.
relish and mustard and ketchup, and like it was all over. Like I had my shoes, because girls have like pounds of shoes in their car for some reason, and so there was ketchup and relish everywhere.
What you have? They put a lot of shoes. Like when a woman buys a car, they just put it loaded with shoes. Is that? Or you said you bring shoes to the car?
No, yeah, like I walked to my car in my Birkenstocks, and then I have like 6 pairs of heels
Oh.
for when I walk into the office.
Okay. I have a lot of shoes in my car too.
Can you-
my home?
Never had
Krista,
any
can you
shoes.
reenact what you said when you saw that relish on your shoes? And maybe we'll take this sound down and make this a soundbite for the show in the future. And give me a
Wait.
full energy, full emotion.
Like I can use the actual words I used.
Yeah.
All right.
fucking relish on my Charles David wedges. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Goodness.
Wow.
Wow, you had the name brand and everything.
Wow.
We usually don't curse on the William Street Swap Shop.
Yeah,
but
no.
we allow that as an exception.
That's
This is
why
part of the
I said,
honesty.
Can I say
Right.
what I actually said?
The real emotion of the moment.
And she did say, she did ask for permission to
That's right.
go
you're-
all out.
It was kind, yeah. I understand when you get in a situation, you're upset, you're vocal, you scream, curse.
It's
So
healthy.
now I'm going to try to wear them at work, and people are going to be like, who brought pickles? And I'm going to be like, not me.
Oh, the smell?
I'm sure they smell like pickles.
So on top of the dent in the car, now the car smells like hot dogs.
Sweet relish.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that they get it in there, and they're like, yep, total loss.
Yeah.
I rediscovered
don't
hot
want it.
dogs
Oh, yeah?
Do you?
How?
a few weeks ago. It was one of those things that it exists so prominently
Yeah.
that I forgot that it existed at all.
Right.
And
It's Dogtoberfest this month for October.
yeah,
A lot of hot dogs.
and that's what it's there for, is to say, hey, don't you remember that this great thing
Right.
is always there? And it was one of those things that was so easy to not get because it's always there too. Like, oh, I'll
Right.
get that next time.
You just took it for granted.
And then I had one the other day, and it was so great and so meaningful that I said, I almost felt embarrassed that I hadn't had one in so long.
Wow.
Humiliated.
Yeah.
really.
Why?
So now, like, if you were to go to a party, would you bring hot dogs as a
No, I wouldn't
as
bring
a
'em.
side or?
But if I was at a shop that was offering them,
Yeah.
I would definitely I would like to start getting them more. It's strange as I tell this story, that was almost over a month ago, and I haven't had one since then, even when I made that new commitment to having more of them. So again, I feel a little bit bad about that, but
Sometimes things just follow their own rhythm, you know. You kind of like
Yeah.
let it
That's
go.
right.
can't force it.
Yeah.
We call them at my house. We call them sustenance tubes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
If we're not, I'm actually vegetarian, so we have like vegetarian dogs. But
Yeah.
when we don't want to make a special dinner, I'm like, just give me a sustenance tube.
Something
Oh,
that
yeah.
tied you over
Yeah.
until
It's easy.
better food arrives.
Right.
This is for perfect talk though for camping. In the fall, you like to camp, and I love a good hot dog. You toast the bun, you put the bun on the
There
grill
you
as
go.
well as the hot dog. You get a toasty bun, you put it.
The
You
lo-
eat it. That's all you have to do. 'Cause no one's ever asked me how do you eat a hot dog.
You just
You just
eat it.
Yeah, and everyone knows it's intuition. It's
Some
like
people say don't ever put ketchup on a hot dog. Have you heard that?
No.
I think Dirty Harry was really against that.
Oh.
Or maybe he did do it. I don't know.
I don't like anything else but ketchup.
I like it dip. I like to eat a hot dog without a bun and dip it in ketchup on the plate.
Yeah.
But if I was to make one at a stand or at a gas station, for example, which is a great place to get them, because I think generally, if it's a busy gas station, the turnover rate will be pretty good. And then you can get, I would put on chili, I would put on nacho cheese, I would put on relish, I would put on mustard, I would put on ketchup. I would not put on onions.
Okay. You would not put. You always
No,
you love
no,
onions.
I like them, but I cannot
Oh.
eat them.
Oh.
You know,
If we ever open up a hot dog shop on the swap shop, we could have a little section and then like Andrew's dog
Area.
Yeah, or Andrew's area. Yeah.
it'll be just like a little corner, and then the page will turn, and there's a place where it's just you talking about hot dogs.
Yeah.
My realm will not, yeah, that area, that portion, it's a partition space that just will have a hot dog area without the onion, that's all.
Yeah. That sounds great. We could add it to the shop. We could build another wing.
Zach, you want to cough too? 'Cause like,
I had to cough the whole time.
me too. Oh,
I
I'm glad
was
I got
holding it back.
break the stigma.
It's contagious. It's like yawning. At least you didn't come on and start yawning. And one time there was a certain situation once. The first time I had ever, one of the first few times I'd ever gotten
When you had yawned?
intimate
Oh,
with someone, they were starting to yawn.
that happens sometimes out of nervousness. I think that happens from nervousness.
Oh, you think they weren't? Okay, that's good. They were nervous.
Not in a bad way, nervous excitement.
Oh, okay.
Dogs do it too.
Yeah,
You've noticed that,
I
right?
have. Yeah, I have a little cocker spaniel. He yawns a lot.
I think it's a way of the body
While
getting
he's getting intimate.
No.
oxygen. When he's getting riled up,
Yeah.
probably anticipating a treat or
Right.
a trip to the vet or
Yeah.
to the kennel.
Or a hot dog, because dogs love hot dogs.
They do.
Krista, would you like to? We were going to start it off with Zach, but maybe Krista should be our first.
Yeah.
we got a new idea called I don't know how to tell you this.
We're hoping Andrew could help us out with it. It's another intro we have ready to roll.
Krista, do you have a situation where you don't know how to tell somebody something?
Yeah, well, can I be Nolan when he did it last night?
Yeah, he's not there, is he?
No, he's at work.
Do you have any, like, things that you're keeping a secret from him and you don't know how to tell him? And we're going to see if Andrew would help us record a special custom version of doing that to him from you.
Okay, yeah, I have a good one.
Okay. We're going to roll the intro.
Let's roll the intro and then we'll get into it.
Okay.
Nice.
That's you, Andrew.
That was me.
Yeah, you're driving a Ferrari.
Wow.
How about that?
You're delivering the news in the Ferrari. That's the idea of that.
That just made my day. It turned everything around, and it was already going pretty good. So.
Oh, good.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I can send it to you as like a MOV
Concept,
or MP4.
yeah,
love
you
that.
go from town to town and just tell people their bad news to their other friends.
That's a
I
great
originally
thing.
was going to
In a
draw you
sports
with
car.
sunglasses on, taking them off, but you put them on. Cope with it.
And that is what I did when I arrived here.
Good.
So lay it on us, Krista. What do you not want to tell Nolan, and maybe Andrew can tell him for you?
Okay, Nolan, I hate to tell you this, but I know you buy the big jug of Arizona iced green tea because you really like it and you want it all for yourself. But I wake up at like 3 in the morning and I'm really thirsty, and I drink a glass almost every night.
And now, can you give him a few things that can soften the blow, like good things you've done, or things he needs to remember that make you special to him?
Remember how last night when you called and said, I did a thing with your car, and I said, it's okay, it's just a car, are you okay? And then he said, remember when I helped you treat Simon, your cat acne? Simon got cat acne.
Cats can get
and
acne?
I gave him, crazy. And I gave him tea tree oil, and it cleared it right up.
That was probably made him feel more confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And then remember how I don't wash the dishes, but last time we moved, I threw them all away and bought new ones, so I kind of washed them.
You took care of it.
Yeah, it saved water
Yeah.
too. Saved water.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here, just press the record on your screen, and you're gonna get a custom. I don't know how to tell you this.
And it's Krista, from Krista to Nolan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we do it maybe in Jenny's camera there? Oh no, sorry, Ian. Doesn't matter.
Hello, Nolan. This is Andrew WK, and I'm telling you this because Krista doesn't know how to. You see, we're all aware of the fact that you buy an extra large jug of Arizona iced green tea, and that you really like to drink that. And even though you're a generous person, you've asked that this jug be reserved just for your own personal use. Well, Krista asked me to tell you that every night at around 3 a.m., she wakes up very thirsty, and she goes and she specifically has a glass of that green tea in the middle of the night so that she falls back to sleep easily and with a quenched thirst, specifically with the realization that you would rather she didn't drink that. But remember, Krista was the one that when you crashed her car said, it's okay, are you okay, baby? And also remember that Krista was specifically the one when your cat had acne who gave you that tea tree oil to help soothe its inflamed skin. And all that irritation and all those boils subsided, and the cat's confidence came back. And with cat's confidence comes your confidence. And with your confidence comes Krista's joy. So remember that. And please go easy on her. And maybe buy her some one of her own jugs of Arizona iced green tea. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. That was fantastic.
wonderful.
Yeah, great work.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're very
I think
welcome.
he's already probably like, yeah, go ahead and have all my green tea now.
Yeah, you might just be in luck. Maybe now you're gonna have more green tea than you can even care to drink.
We might get like those water jugs and just fill it with green tea.
But just be careful; it can cause nausea.
That's what I was about to say.
Right. On an empty stomach, don't do it.
Because that's what I did on Saturday, and I got sick.
Now,
Andrew.
was it sugar or unsweetened?
I think it was unsweetened.
Yeah, I've been told many times to be very wary about that because there are those times, much like Krista is describing, if you wake up with a deep thirst,
Yeah.
sometimes the idea of a nice dry or even lightly sweet tea is really appealing
It is, yeah.
to quench that thirst. But then you'll puke.
Right. And you shouldn't be embarrassed though if it happens.
No, it's not something to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
It's something to learn from.
Right.
Right.
Lesson lived is a lesson learned.
That's right.
Well, Krista, we hope that helps
right,
with
Les.
your situation, and thank you so much for calling. What?
Oh, thank you, Krista.
What?
Oh, we
Why?
have a 12 hole. The last 12 minutes of the show.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. Thank you,
Whoa.
Krista.
Wait a minute.
It's
Is that a good thing or
it'll.
I think, yeah, it depends on how you look at it. If you're having fun, it's a bad thing. If you're having fun, you don't want
I'm
it to end.
sad about it,
But
but
if you're not having fun and you're like, I'm ready to go home, go away, you can say, I'm happy. It's almost over with. Thank goodness.
And then it just goes like this for the last 12 minutes?
I wish. Or we've done it before for 12 minutes. Just for like
We should, yeah.
40 seconds. And then it summons. Mason's going to remix it. And then,
It's a live remix?
yeah.
Yeah. Let's give it a little live remix. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
there it is.
Holy cow.
So you've made it to the 12 hole. It's a special part of the show.
Part of the swap shop, it's like a roller coaster of ups and downs.
I'm learning that through experience.
Yeah.
The last 12 minutes of the show. People who've watched the show, they know about an area we call the compound.
This is that area?
Yeah. This is just a representation.
It's a diorama, yeah.
It's a place where positivity is the rule of the land, and eventually we're going to build this high in the mountains, somewhere where the government doesn't watch so closely. You trade in all your stuff, and you live up there. We manage the money. Don't worry about that anymore.
Right.
We manage that.
It's a place that we can actually practice our swap-based economy day in and day out, 24 hours every day.
So
Wow. So I could say, hey, I want out of this and I
Right.
want into that.
Yes.
Right.
I give you everything.
yes.
You take care of it all.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about bills or
You'll have as much
buying
green
stuff.
tea as you'd like.
right.
If I say I want green tea, and then you manage it all.
Right. We could please
There's-
leaves all day and drink green tea.
There's at least a few of these guys in there.
So there's animals and
Yeah.
Yeah.
pets and
There's a doormat. The point is, it's going to be a real neat place where people can just feel free to express themselves without any hang-ups or, angry internet comments. We turn the Wi-Fi off most of the week.
it's
Right.
off the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
much as useful,
Yes.
but there is a grid if you need it.
Right.
right.
If you need it, yeah, we have a password for Wi-Fi, but only I have it. We have to
Okay.
There's a
think what the password
Wi-Fi. There's a Wi-Fi yurt.
is. Yeah.
You have to reserve time in it.
And then the greatest part is that you just get to turn off that whole part of yourself, of your mind, that has any concerns with managing life.
That's right.
Right.
That's the major. You're
Right.
swapping that for peace
Yeah.
Basically.
and tranquility.
Yeah.
And some people would call that their freedom or whatever. No, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
It's
That's not the right way to look at it.
right.
That's not positive.
Exactly. Which, if you want to live in this box, not the literal box here, but the one we make, and the real one won't have a box around it, but
Right. You'll be able to leave if you'd like. There's a hammock there too. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a little hammock down there
Oh,
for
wow,
peace and
this.
relaxation.
Yeah, it's a sandpaper hammock.
Yeah.
Exfoliating,
Right.
almost like a spa treatment. Is there that kind of stuff, like massages and
yeah, there'll be
Oil bath.
exfoliating options aplenty.
Yeah. Absolutely.
congratulations in advance.
Thank you.
And I hope this isn't awkward, but we were hoping, you know, if this is something you believe in, you could just sort of vouch for us and it, you know. 'Cause what we don't have is sort of an it factor, you know, like a big name attached to it.
I vouch for your desire to do something great, and I'd have to see the actual. I guess I'd have to sign up for it again.
Okay.
Live the experience.
Yeah. So you would join it?
So you're gonna join?
Oh yeah, I'd be
Wow.
up for that.
So you
I've
heard it
been
here
looking for
first.
something like this for quite some time, to be honest.
Wow. All right.
And sometimes once it's presented to you and it's viable, then you are able to finally see that realized. I thought it was just a pipe dream kind of fantasy where someday all my troubles are gone, someone can manage my whole life, and I can just tune out in order to get deeper into what's really going on. And that's clearly what this is.
Plenty of space to do all those things.
Yeah, I want to be in a box.
Yeah. Sometimes, and then sometimes you want to think outside the box, which we have plenty of places to think outside
Right.
the box. At the
You
compound.
have like leaves where you can go away. You just have
Right.
to keep your GPS on so we know
Right.
where you are and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, whoops.
Well, that sounds great.
Thank you.
I think the part where he said, "This is an idea I'm really into, and I would do it."
Yeah.
That's the part we could just use, maybe,
use-
and
Yeah,
all
we could
the.
cut it as like a
Ooh.
commercial that would air late at night on local cable channels in Atlanta to start recruiting locally. Or maybe you do it internationally or nationally after that.
All right. Well,
We don't have to get into.
No.
Maybe
No.
we're getting ahead of ourselves there, but.
one step at a time.
That's right.
That's what I always say that.
Well, we've taken a lot of steps to get where we're at now, Andrew.
I can tell, and I'm really proud of you guys, and I think what you're doing here is really great, and
Thank you.
whatever this blossoms into, whatever this leads to,
Hopefully
Yeah.
the compound, I guess.
yeah, or if not that, then the compound of your mind, you know,
That's right.
because that comes first.
And even if you can't build it, that's right. Taking care of yourself,
In your
believing
own-
in yourself.
Your own mind.
That's right.
And do you mind if we send this? This is our swap shop. We're going to swap this to. Who was the first caller? What was her name?
Oh, I believe that was Leah in Chattanooga.
Oh, Leah in Chattanooga, of course. So Leah will get the lead.
I believe she'll actually be visiting in Atlanta soon.
Maybe she could take it in person.
Yeah.
Oh wait, party leaves, it should say.
Leaves. Zach, should we
Beautiful.
try to get to your announcement about your thigh tattoo?
Absolutely, yeah, I'd like to. So Andrew, I was hoping maybe you could do it, if you don't mind, if you have the time, one last video or one last message delivery for, I'm going to be visiting my family at Thanksgiving. And I'd like to, the whole idea was, I don't know how to tell you this, that
Right.
intro was, I was hoping you could deliver a message to my parents.
Another, I don't know how to. What don't you know how to tell them?
That I got a tattoo of a viewer's email on my leg.
Okay.
And I have I just have these patented thigh pants, the thigh tat
Show
window. So
The thigh tat window pants. We invented that on the show.
yeah,
And there's Oh wow.
yeah. That's a real tattoo,
Wow, that really is.
branded for life.
And that's from your inbox?
Yeah, from our Google Mail.
We got a nice email from a viewer, and we wanted to do something in return. So Zach,
Right. That's the. So I just don't know how to tell my parents, like if they see me, if I go to the beach, if I'm ever like engaged to someone and we go swimming, and they say, hey, where'd you get that? I'd like to just tell them before they have to find out that way. So I was thinking maybe you could help me. But I'm a good person.
Do you want? Do you?
I have
you're
a good.
You are.
I passed a drug test a couple weeks ago. I host a popular streaming show, and I'm raising a beautiful little cocker spaniel. He's doing great.
Okay, so those are the good things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And do you want to be doing this while I explain it to them?
Sure, I can just stand
yeah,
next to you.
okay,
if
we'll
you
have
want.
like some
Yeah.
insert shots. That's
Yeah.
great.
Okay. What are your parents' names, Mr. and Mrs.?
Well, my mom is separated, so why don't we just say Anne and her boyfriend is Gary.
To Ann. Hello. Hello, Ann and Gary. My name is Andrew WK, and I'm here to tell you about a tattoo situation. Zach didn't know how to tell you himself, so he's asked me to explain that he got a tattoo, which I realize may be a lot to process, but it's what the tattoo is of that I think you're going to be very happy about. Because as you are, I'm sure, aware, Zach works very hard on his show, the show I'm on right now, that I'm enjoying and having the privilege to be on. And he wanted to commemorate some great feedback on his thigh in the form of an email branded, tattooed on him for life. But remember, he's raising a Cocker Spaniel. So keep that in mind.
And I passed the drug test.
And he passed the drug test.
loves you very much.
And he loves you very much. And he wouldn't have ever gotten this tattoo had it not been for your love.
Oh.
So you're partially involved in it. In that. If you hadn't created him, or one of you hadn't, if you hadn't been born out, if you hadn't birthed him, then he would never been able to get this tattoo. So you are partially to thank.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
You could have?
No, could not
Oh,
have.
thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Wow, that's beautiful.
Oh, I could have said
I
it
could have
better.
said it just
No,
a little bit better
I could not
myself.
have said it.
I could have said it better myself.
See, here's the window. You just pull. They won't see it, and then you pull up the window.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Do you have any thigh tattoos?
I do not, but
Oh.
if I was to get one, that would be a nice way to be able to showcase it.
Okay. I might get the leaf.
And wear long
the
pants.
leaf. I could get your leaf.
As
Party
a,
leaf.
as a back piece.
Yeah.
Like on his lower back when he wears like bikini
You
briefs.
can
Right.
lift up. Yeah, lift
Yeah.
up. Lift
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Mine's just covered in tribal stuff, so
That's
there's
right.
not room for it back there.
Yeah.
That's always classic, though.
Yeah.
The reason I told you to address my mom and her boyfriend is because my dad doesn't. I don't think he would care as much, but my mom's boyfriend sometimes tries to have like a fatherly role. So I just wanted to address him.
That's respectful.
Yeah.
He vapes.
Yeah.
That's I guess healthier.
He in a way actually celebrates swapping because he pays people for their services when they help him with vape juice.
Nice.
So yeah. We all swap things. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
That's really him? Wow.
Yeah, Gary.
That's nice.
It's a swap-based economy. We try and live it every day.
Have people been swapping this whole time?
We'd like to think so.
Yeah.
Good,
You can
good.
visit William Street.
A lot of it
Swapshop.biz.
happens
That's
on
where-
the website and
Yeah, it
the
occurs.
media.
It's independent.
Right.
That's the.
Gmail.
We're
that's
trying to
the
start our
beauty
own
of it.
cryptocurrency as well, and we have that to look forward to this week.
That's
Trying to
all
really
part
make
of
it
the
more than just
compound. We
streaming.
don't. Phase 1, we don't need to get into the
Yeah.
cryptocurrency, but just the compound where we all live and
That's
enjoy
right.
life and stuff.
Yeah.
You're excited about it, and that's
I am.
most important. That's
Super
how these
excited.
these things are going to happen. Is through that passion and through that energy that you get up every day and you're thinking about it. And even if it takes 10 years, that's 10 years of excitement
That's
and
right.
passion.
Yeah. And every day you should just live with a smile on your face as best as you can.
And you're playing a show tonight. I don't want to forget about that at Terminal West in Atlanta, correct?
That is right. Thank you. Yes, it's actually the last day of this tour, the last show of this current Party Never Dies tour. And what a great city to conclude.
Thank you.
And what a great show to kick off this final day of
Yeah.
tour. Thank you for having me on.
You're
Oh,
welcome. Thank you for
The
stopping
pleasure's
by.
been all ours.
That's right.
Is there anything you've learned from this tour in maybe a sentence or two, more so than the others? And no is also a viable answer.
That the team of people that you're lucky enough to be surrounded by is the beginning and the end of the party. That's what I really learned. And you guys are a great team.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Andrew. I could not have said that better myself.
And I could have said that a little bit better.
No.
And I would say that it's. I didn't say it. Good.
No, it was beautiful, Andrew. Thank you so much.
I was going to say what you said better.
Oh,
honestly.
okay. Yeah. I have a bad way of words.
Well, thank you one more time for being on the show. This has been a fun hour.
Yeah. Thanks
And,
for playing Leaf Pleasers, and I don't know
thank
how to
you.
tell you this. It was
Thank
really
you
fun.
for setting up these projects and games for me.
Absolutely.
Oh, no problem.
You're always welcome to come by anytime and
I would
visit
love to
us at
come
the
back.
compound or. Yeah.
Anytime you're in Atlanta, please swing by Zach's house first,
Yep.
whenever, and then the show after that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you can come by after the show too.
Would you like to sign off the show with us? We sign.
You can put your
This is-
hand on top if you want.
we
If you
thank
don't,
you
don't
for-
have to if you don't want to.
Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you next time.
Have a great afternoon.
It's a deal.
It's a deal.